From Sky News Business, this is Business Class.
Hi, I'm James Wilkinson and welcome to Business Class. Today's show is coming to you from Hong Kong. Before we check into some of the city's best spots, here's this week's travel news. In travel news this week, Singapore Airlines is set to launch non-stop flights between Singapore and Los Angeles using new Airbus A350-900 ultra-long-range aircraft in November. Singapore will be the first airline in the world to operate the A350-900 ultra-long-range aircraft, with 7 of the jets on firm order with Airbus. The ultra-long-range aircraft will be configured in a 2-class layout, with 67 business class seats and 94 premium economy class seats. The first A350-900 ultra-long-range is due for delivery in September, just ahead of the company's launch flight between Singapore and Newark in New York, which will become one of the longest in the world. Children travelling overseas on Qantas during the school holidays can help themselves to a selection of kid-friendly snacks prior to their flight, with the airline trialling a new kids cuisine buffet in its Sydney International Business Lounge. The new pop-up station features a range of healthy and tasty treats and has been designed to appeal to the palate of the next generation of frequent flyers. The pop-up food station is currently being trialled in Sydney and, if popular, Qantas says it will consider extending it to other lounges for the October school holidays. Kids Cuisine is open from 11 a.m. daily until July 21. Etihad Airways has introduced additional food and beverage items that are available for purchase for guests in economy class to further enhance their travel experience. New additions include freakin' healthy raw chocolate bars, Hunter's gourmet potato and vegetable crisps, Piper Heidsieck champagne by the glass, and Christian Lacroix male and female branded amenity kits and sleepwear. Guests can view a digital menu of items available for purchase through the in-flight entertainment system. British Airways' new safety video is set to take to the skies later this month, and it's a sequel to the much-loved current version, which was done in partnership with Comic Relief, that features some of the UK's favourite actors. Here's a teaser.
After the success of last year's in-flight safety video, lots more actors have been in touch, begging me to be part of the sequel.
So what's my character?
You're playing someone who's very interested in seat belts.
Be quiet and don't wriggle.
Charles.
Oh my gosh.
Joanna Lumale.
Joanna.
Joanna. Right, okay. The D lady wants to audition.
Got 3 BAFTAs, actually.
Yeah, too much. You spoiled it.
In hotel news, QT Hotels and Resorts is gearing up for the opening of the chain's brand new Perth property on August 1. The designer hotel will feature 184 guest rooms, a signature bar and grill, a rooftop bar, cafe and 7 conference rooms. Long-standing QT guest room designer Shelley Indyke has created individual and thoughtfully designed guest rooms where guests will find handmade ceramics by local craftspeople including Dale Francis. Virgin Australia launched flights from Sydney to Hong Kong a couple of weeks ago, and it's one of the newest offerings for the airline. To find out what's next, we spoke to Group Executive Rob Sharp. All right, Rob, we're here in Hong Kong, and you've just launched the Sydney-Hong Kong flights. Very exciting market for you, Hong Kong, isn't it?
Very much so, and it's part of our strategy to access Greater China. It's a great springboard into China. We successfully launched Melbourne, Hong Kong 12 months ago, and we've been very pleased with the loads and the uptake, and including the value that our alliance partner Hong Kong Airlines brings. So being able to stand here today in Hong Kong and announce the Sydney-Hong Kong services, it's a great moment for us.
Obviously one of those destinations that it's great for business, great for leisure.
Yes, we are an airline that serves the business market, and Sydney and Melbourne both have large corporate footprints, so that bodes well for our services. The timings of the slots that we obtained are very much geared to the business market, so you leave Sydney in the morning, arrive in the evening time to check into your hotel fresh for the next day, so it serves that market very well. But Australians have a long association with Hong Kong, and we find there's a lot of repeat business. People come up here regularly for the long weekends and to visit. So we think this is going to be a great route for us.
9 million frequent flyers, and obviously a lot of Aussies, like you said, we're going to Hong Kong and travel with you domestically as well. So one of those really good fits for you in Asia.
Yes, and look, from a loyalty perspective, we've got about 8.5 million members now in our loyalty program, and they do fly up here. But it's not just coming to Hong Kong. We also have connections now with Virgin Atlantic through to London, and if you want to do around the world, you can come back via LA. But that ability to use a Virgin branded product the whole way through to London is very powerful, and we think that'll be very successful.
Obviously coming up soon, a few New Zealand changes for you. What do the network changes mean?
Yes, look, it's disappointing that the alliance and co-chair arrangement with Air New Zealand is coming to an end in October. But we're a challenger brand. We'll be announcing at the end of July some product enhancements and very much targeting the flights across to the Tasman to New Zealand. New Zealand's still our second largest tourist destination, and also a lot of New Zealanders come across to Australia regularly. So it's a very important market for us in Australia, and we'll be announcing further product changes at the end of July.
And if you look at what you do with New Zealand, I mean, this is not the first time you've gone into that market without a partner as well. I mean, that's how Pacific Blue was first launched, and you've got great brand traction, don't you?
Yes, we've been in New Zealand for a number of years, and the Virgin brand is quite well known in New Zealand. What we do want to do, though, is bring an offering that's simple, that people understand, that's value for money. So we think we'll be very competitive, and we've also put some extra frequency on the Auckland market in particular, and that's to really make sure that we're serving the business customers that make their way to Auckland.
Do you do more with the Americas, as John has flagged in the last couple of days as well?
Our strategy is very much focused on North America and Greater China. We have a very deep alliance with Delta Airlines, and that is serving us very well. We've just kitted out our 777 aircraft with the latest Wi-Fi systems, and our product is very commensurable with Delta. In fact, I believe we've got the strongest alignment of product across to the US. They're also building a new hub in the West Coast, in LA. And in 2 or 3 years' time, we'll have a very, very good connecting product there from international through to domestic. We're doing a lot together, we're joint marketing, and that alliance is going from strength to strength. And
lounges, obviously, a few more enhancements coming soon. What else can you reveal on that front for us?
Lounges are an important part of the product. Internationally, we'll be announcing something towards the end of July. As part of the suite of announcements with the New Zealand product. But we have access to a number of airline lounges. We're very fortunate to have 5 airlines that actually own or are in alliances with us, and we do use their facilities, and that opens up opportunities to provide a consistent product right across the global network.
Coming up after the break, we check into some of the top spots in Hong Kong.
You're watching Business Class on Sky News Business. Welcome back to Business Class.
The newest hotel in Hong Kong is the Murray, and it's already receiving some worldwide acclaim. Let's check in now and find out why. Well, Duncan, we're here at one of the hottest hotels in the world, according to Condé Nast Traveller magazine, aren't we?
Indeed. Hong Kong as a destination is a truly wonderful city. The Murray is a very unique hotel. Part of the Conserving Central initiative by the government a few years ago. It's one of 8 buildings. Originally 25 floors of government offices. It has been converted into a luxury hotel.
And what are some of the favourite features about this hotel for you?
The hotel itself has been totally gutted, and we've obviously maintained the architectural aspects of the building, which has a wonderful 45-degree angle of all the windows, that the sun, when it goes over the building at any time during the day, never goes into the windows of the hotel. Aside from that, it's an isolated freestanding building owned by Wharf Holdings, and it's restored as a contemporary luxury hotel. In fact, the flagship of the Niccolo Hotel Group underneath Wharf Hotels.
And in a spectacular location here in the amongst the skyscrapers of Hong Kong.
Indeed it is. It's very interesting with this particular property because in the old days, of course, it was one of the highest buildings in Hong Kong. We've now added a fifth dimension with a wonderful rooftop restaurant and bar called Popping Jay's. So half of Hong Kong looks down on the building, and it's a wonderful building with wonderful arches at the lower 3 levels. The building itself, being an isolated building, you can come in through Murray Lane, which we own, and you come into this wonderful contemporary styled lobby area of the hotel with Murray Lane, a wonderful Wall Street bar, and then we've added also the Garden Lounge, wonderful for afternoon tea, the Taipan, a wonderful European restaurant with some very signature dishes that people will enjoy, and on top of that some wonderful event spaces underneath the arches, which a lot of car companies, a lot of luxury companies have been using already.
And I think some of the best hotel rooms here in Hong Kong, including some spectacular bathrooms.
Indeed, we brought in a lot of Carrara marble from Italy, wonderfully appointed, 50 square metre rooms, over 75% of the inventory is of that size and above. We have 4 iconic suites, the Murray Suite, 250 square metres in size, has some wonderful bedroom accommodation, and all the windows have been enlarged to 2 metre by 2 metre squares. So every single room has 2 very large windows. So you have this wonderful picturesque view overlooking the parks of Hong Kong, the botanical gardens, and looking down to the city. And you have a residential aspect going all the way up to the peak. So it's a stunning property.
Very, very convenient for leisure and business travellers, isn't it?
Indeed it is. It's a 5-minute walk to most business buildings that are around in Hong Kong. Our hotel backs up onto the Peak, which is a wonderful area for people to explore. Walking through the parks is wonderful, especially seeing the botanical gardens right next door. The hotel really is second to none.
Duncan, this hotel's got really an amazing history, doesn't it, with this building?
It really does. As part of conserving Central, this building itself has been wonderfully restored. The original architect is Mr. Ron Phillips, and he's worked with Foster's and Design out of London and out of Hong Kong as well to really recreate a wonderful, luxurious, contemporary style hotel. Foster's and Partners have done many iconic buildings in Hong Kong and around the world, and in fact also done other luxury hotels. So what you've finished up with here is really a luxury hotel that is on the worldwide stage.
And the rooms aren't just like any normal hotel room, not just like a box here, are they? They're all in different shapes and they've got different angles in them, and it gives you a bit of a perspective, a lot more light coming in as well.
Indeed, the original architectural plans of this building have transposed very well to a hotel, and in fact you come into the rooms and you've got different aspects, lovely seating areas in the windows, these 2 very large windows which are very picturesque over Hong Kong, iconically well finished bathrooms with all the Carrara white and black marble that have been put, and very contemporary simple lines, very residential in style, black parquet floorings throughout all the accommodation. And we have 4 wonderful suites with the Murray Suite, the Coptree Suite, the Park Suite, overlooking these wonderful parks throughout the property.
One of the top hotels in Hong Kong for business travellers is the Renaissance Harbour View. Let's go inside.
Hi, I'm Hans Lontins. I'm the general manager here at the Renaissance Harbour View in Hong Kong. At Renaissance Hotels, we believe that every trip is an exciting opportunity to discover something wonderfully new. Our guests, they come to experience, a new culture or the new taste of the neighborhood. We have 861 rooms in these hotels, and most of them have an amazing view of Victoria Harbour. Of course, we also have amazing outlets in the hotel. We have an award-winning Dynasty. They serve traditional Cantonese cuisine, and the chef has some amazing dim sum for lunch, and in the evenings we serve exciting seafood and all kind of special chef favorites.
Why is this hotel so great for business travellers? You've got a great club lounge, you've got big desks in the rooms.
Yeah.
What are some of the highlights for you for business travellers?
So for business travelers, of course, the rooms have free Wi-Fi. They have beautiful views of the harbour. Of course, they have all the latest technology that you have come to expect for a business traveler. And then, of course, we have great meeting facilities. We have 2 ballrooms on the 8th floor that can cater up to about 800 people. And we have 9 boardrooms throughout the hotel. We also have a business center, which is accessible for all the guests. And our club floor also offers a meeting room for people that enjoy the privileges that we offer on the club floor.
And when it comes to entertaining clients, you've got a few spaces in the hotel that are ideal for that, don't you?
Yes, so we have the Dynasty restaurant, as I mentioned earlier. The Dynasty restaurant also has 8 private rooms, so this is ideal for your corporate entertainment or for just social gatherings that you might have with your friends or clients when you're visiting Hong Kong. In the lobby we have the Mirage Bar and Restaurant. This is a restaurant that offers great views of Victoria Harbour, and at the same time it has a bar, an island bar in the middle of the restaurant and bar, where it's really great to, just experience a couple of really cocktails typical for Hong Kong, or of course your international favorites. And then we have our Renaissance Cafe that offers breakfast, lunch and dinner buffets to our guests. It's actually very popular also with the local community. It has a great variety of seafood for both lunch and dinner, and has some local favorites as well.
And when it comes to location, you've obviously got the convention centre right here, which is extremely convenient, but on top of that you've got a ferry station and a train station within 5-minute walking distance.
Yes, our location is really amazing. So you have direct access to the Hong Kong Exhibition and Convention Centre. At the same time, it's just a 3-minute walk to the ferry that takes you straight to TST. So it's really convenient. It's a tourist attraction. At the same time, it's really good for business people if they have to go to the other side of Victoria Harbour. And then within about less than 10 minutes you walk to the MTR station in Wan Chai. So you can take the subway to anywhere in the city. The walk over there is all covered, so even on a rainy day, you don't have to worry that you're going to get wet. So it's really a great location. Plus in the neighborhood there's a lot of the Wan Chai commercial buildings, very accessible, again all on covered walkways.
And you've got Causeway Bay on one side, and then you're very close to Admiralty as well, so you've got some of the best shopping in Hong Kong literally within 10 minutes as well.
Yes, if you want to go to the traditional shopping centers, it's just a 10-minute walk, or a taxi ride, if you don't want to go through the summer hot weather here in Hong Kong. And Central is really also very convenient to get to, probably less than 10 minutes in a taxi. So, basically the whole neighborhood here is very convenient to get to.
Now it's time to check in to some of our other favourite hotels in Hong Kong. The Peninsula Hong Kong is one of the most iconic hotels in the world. Building on its 90 years as a global beacon of hospitality, the legendary Grand Dame of the Far East continues to set hotel standards worldwide, offering a blend of the best Eastern and Western hospitality in an atmosphere of classical grandeur and timeless elegance. This year, the hotel celebrates its 90th anniversary in signature style with a calendar of special events, from a culinary adventure through the hotel's top dining establishments to spectacular classic events that have always been much loved by its patrons. The recently renovated rooms showcase bespoke luxury, detailed craftsmanship, and a timeless, classically modern aesthetic, while also showcasing the latest in technology. When it comes to wellness, the Peninsula Spa features over 1,200 square feet of the ultimate in luxury and tranquility. When it comes to the pool, the Peninsula's got one of the best in Asia, which features panoramic views of the Hong Kong skyline. Situated indoors and heated for comfort, guests can retreat to an oasis of water set against an inspiring backdrop all year round. On the food and drink front, the Peninsula Hong Kong features some memorable experiences. Reimagined rituals such as the afternoon tea in the lobby evoke the colonial romance of yesteryear, alongside glamorous contemporary twists in the form of the veranda and Felix. The culinary team offers sophisticated flavours from around the world in the hotel's 7 restaurants and 2 bars. Our favourites are the modern European cuisine on offer at Felix and Spring Moon's Michelin-starred Cantonese cuisine. The W Hong Kong is one of the best the popular lifestyle chain has in the portfolio worldwide. Located in West Kowloon above the Airport Express station, W Hong Kong embraces the art, the fashion, the music, and the splendour of a contemporary hotel. There are 8 different room types on offer, and there are views of the city at every turn. The rooms are modern, feature top in-room technology, and are ideal for both business and leisure travellers. Atop the hotel is the outdoor pool, which is one of the highest in Hong Kong. Up here it's about relaxing by day and partying by night. The hotel is also home to Cantonese restaurant Sing Yin, which offers top-notch dim sum. And the hotel's also home to Kitchen, which offers one of the best breakfasts in Hong Kong. While at Wu Bar off the lobby, you'll find both classic and modern cocktails, and it's a great spot for client entertaining. Well, that's it from us in Hong Kong. Thanks for watching and see you next time on Business Class.